live. I'm gonna just like hang out for a little bit. This is where I'm doing my reading today from my nook. Look, everyone. Well, I hope everybody's doing well because we have, yeah, let's adjust things. Good? Great. It's the lunar eclipse today. Full moon, lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. I'm not an astrologer. I will refer everybody to David Palmer, the Leo King, for astrology, or the Peace Stealer. Oh my God, the full moon is exact right now. I just got my notification from Luna. Very cool. All right, here's a few notes that I took just to give everybody a little rundown of what's happening. So we have full moon, lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. We got 2 eclipses this month, one today, one the 21st, the solstice. We got the Venus in retrograde in Gemini, okay, and we are coming up to a Mercury retrograde. Did I say Venus retrograde in Gemini? Yes. So love, communication, all types of great stuff happening. It says this eclipse is going to bring on sudden awareness to a part of our lives, having to do with communication, transportation, beliefs, and education. And then we have a Sun-Venus conjunction squaring Mars and Neptune. So it's unrest, but it's going to initiate change in our lives, which I think we all have been waiting for, and it's long overdue. Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. I really feel a lot of super duper insane energy. And I think we're probably not going to get the answers that we want today, or there's a lot of agitation. Mars is like big in the sky right now, right? So we're going to get a little agitation going on. Let's channel that into something productive. I had to do like 72 burpees today just to like feel like a human. And as I worked out, I cried hysterically for most of the time until I got so sweaty that my tears dried up and it was just sweat. Yeah, but I was like, I'm not going to let this crazy frustration. I feel a lot of frustration in my life personally. I've been single for a really long time. I would like to have a partner in my life. And I'm on Hinge, and this guy was like, oh, what's your Instagram? And then I like sent him my Instagram, and he was like, yeah, I don't really like tarot cards or crystals, so this isn't even gonna like, I don't even want to bother. I was like, absolutely cool, appreciate your honesty, great. You know, and so I also realized during this Venus in retrograde that I really would like to date women. I've dated women many, many years ago, and I would like to explore that as well. So many personal revelations are going on right now. I don't know if you guys are also feeling that way, but I'm just feeling frustrated and a little bit like, okay, I guess I will never find a partner who's ever going to grow with me. You know, I guess I will never find a partner who's ever going to like love and accept me for just like me and all of who I am. That's how I'm feeling on this lunar eclipse. A little bit hopeless in love, a little bit like I'm never going to find anybody, or if I do find somebody, they're not going to accept me for who I am. Because I feel like guys are like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And then they're like, ew, tarot cards, crystals, it's so dumb. You know, I'm like, oh my gosh. Really, guys? Really? But guess what? I shall never give up my identity. That's why I'm saying it's like, I think so much of my life has been spent being loyal to people who just like don't deserve my loyalty. And I will like secretly just suffer and be like, okay, but I still love you. But I'm like, what am I doing? It's such a waste of energy. You know, it really is. But then I guess like sometimes I hold on to the past because there's nothing really in the present that's going on, and it makes you dwell in the past, right? I think everybody's probably going to be dwelling on the past a little bit today or a little bit this weekend. It might make us feel frustrated. What are we going to do, right? We got to work through it. And let's see what the messages are. Because, you know, I'm not ever going to give up my cards or crystals. Sorry! Okay, universe, give us the messages for the collective. For this wonderful lunar eclipse, Sagittarius, full moon. Yep. Let's see. What are the messages? My beautiful cards. Wait, I took my cards somewhere the other day and they just kept like spilling all over the floor, and I got home and I was like, were you mad at me? And they were like, yes. All right, one more. We're going to do earth magic today. Oh my goodness. Cave, sanctuary, lightning power, fairies, earth magic, waterfall, effortless, love and compassion. I'm going to show you guys all the cards. Cave, sanctuary. We're looking for that comfort. I feel like there's definitely going to be some sort of shocking news. It's like we're going to be chilling. We're going to be like, okay, whatever. We're going to hang out in my house. I'm going to, very earthy energy. I'm going to ground myself. I'm going to hang out in my house. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to paint. I'm going to watch HGTV. Maybe I'll refinish some furniture. And then out of nowhere, either we see something, right? It's like out of nowhere we get some sort of message. Fiery. Sagittarius, right? Fire sign. So this could also be earth signs dealing with a fire sign. Getting some sort of crazy communication or seeing something, right? And it's like, what is happening? What is happening? It's got a lot of power behind it. Could be negative power, could be positive power. I also really feel that whatever's happening now is like a blessing in disguise. So if we're getting some sort of news and it's like really, it like severs that cord to whatever toxic thing we were hanging on to, we're getting that information. Guess what? We got some earth magic fairies in there. So this is a lot of earth energy. Taurus, Capricorn, oh my goodness, Virgo. And guess what, guys? Fairies are a little fresh. They're like a little naughty. So I almost feel like somebody during this full moon lunar eclipse is going to stir the pot or deal with somebody who's stirring the pot, right? And it's like you see what they're doing and you're just like, I thought I would be affected by this so much more, right? But instead of having this great disappointment, it's allowing us time to focus, time to open up our minds. This is like, so amethyst is Aquarian's gemstone, birthstone, but it's also, amethyst is all about opening our third eye. We're allowing information to come in during this time, realizing this is painful. This really hurts. But I guess it's going to give me the opportunity to move ahead in life. You know, it doesn't hurt quite as much as you think it's going to. It's going to free up that space to allow some intuition to come in, allow some new communication, new love to come in. So we're like minding our own business this weekend, getting that information, someone's stirring the pot, and we're just gonna let our emotions flow. Also, if you have to cry it out, cry it out. I cried so much today for past relationships. You know, I think we're all feeling like what's going on in the world is making everybody feel sad. And if you're not with somebody new and you're isolating alone, you're gonna miss human contact. You're gonna get nostalgic, right, Iggy? Iggy agrees. Everyone's like stuck in this nostalgia loop because we're not sure what other loop to be in. It's very disorienting times right now. So, in our cave, hanging out, ba-ba-da-ba. Now, I think it's really time. Also, if you are an earth sign and you've got, I feel like this could be a person with a water moon, you know, a fire rising, earth sun. Hello, my darling. Do you want to be in the shot? Do you want to be in the shot? Do you want to be on screen, Nene? Communication. It could even be that we get this information, there is a little pot stirring, and when we do finally talk to that person or approach that conversation that we want to have, the emotions just flow. What? Are you agreeing with me? So Nene's agreeing. All of these things are either severing the cord so we can all move on, or something that's going to happen is going to initiate communication or initiate some sort of visiting somebody, going to somebody to have this conversation. I really do feel like that. So like, let's open our third eye about whatever situation that's making us feel anxious or very Mars inspired. Aggro, right? Nene, you're aggro. But we let the love and compassion flow. This has a lot to do with love, you guys. Either it's gonna sever the cords of the old relationships for good and make way for something new, or there's a rekindling, or something happens that causes you to have to reach out to that person, or vice versa, and then it opens up this space for dialogue, and you're like, wait a second, I actually have clarity about the situation. You really are meant to be, you know, in my life, or, whoa, you're really meant to be not in my life. Let's pull some actual tarot cards. Yup. June 5th, man. It's my sister's birthday today. Happy birthday, little sister. She's actually way more adult than I. She has kids, house, married, and I'm the aunt who's just kind of always on the go, right? And it's funny because I wonder, you know, that's always kind of, even when I was younger, that was always my life. I was an only child for almost 8 years. And then I was on my own at 15. So I've always been on my own. And I was like, I wonder if this is just like, you know, my life. And should I just accept it? And just like be like, okay, I'm supposed to, you know, be here doing this spiritual work. So let me just focus on that, because that seems to be all that really comes to me. Page of Wands. Oh, Seven of Wands. Knight of Swords. Justice in reverse. I just feel like there's like definitely, this guy just seems like he thinks he's the shit. And he's like, this is my information. This is what I want to do. and I'm just gonna do it. Da 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 da, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Little sassy minx. But there's definitely some pushback. There wants to be some action, but there's definitely going to be a fight about it, that's for sure. Like, definitely some strong, like, he is not messing around. They're not messing around. Like, thoughts, communication. Again, thoughts, communication, Gemini. This is so Geminian. This is so Sagittarius. This is so Sagittarius. Right? But then the Justice in reverse, you guys. Fighting the good fight. Fighting the good fight. I say personally, there's going to be information stirred up during this weekend, pisses people off. There's going to be, I feel like, some fighting words. And, you know, it's almost going to feel like an injustice. We're still feeling that injustice, but it's like we're getting the clarity. Communicate with compassion. Fighting words. Hierophant. Let's be wise, you guys. Be wise about your communications. Be wise about the battles that you pick to fight. Be wise. There's going to feel like there's a lot of injustice out in the world this weekend. You know, I really highly suggest everybody go and watch David Palmer, the Leo King. Subscribe to High Vibe. I will never do any of the information justice. But there's so much going on between now and 2026. Break out of the prison, you guys. It's the mental prison. Upright, we're stuck. This way, let's get out of here. Get rid of whatever is making you feel like you're constantly up against a battle. If the situation, the friendship, the job, the relationship, whatever it is, if it's constantly making you feel like excited, then a battle, then harsh words, then injustice, use your flippin' mind, you guys. Do not repeat cycles. Get out of the prison. Get out of the mental prison. Yeah, we're just like, the cave and the sanctuary vibe is like, we're staying, you know, where we feel safe. But if you come from a fucked up background, 6 of Cups upright. Go towards something of innocence. Go towards something new that's going to feel fresh and sweet and wonderful and emotionally fulfilling. You know, it's like if we are familiar with nothing but turmoil and heartache, sometimes we'll stay in those things, trauma bonds, long after we're supposed to be gone. Because it feels like the cave, it feels like a sanctuary, it feels safe. When we meet somebody who also has the same kookiness, it's like, oh my gosh, we recognize each other, our souls recognize each other, we feel safe. And then you get into it, and it's like a friggin' lightning storm. You start out confident in the scenario, nothing but friggin' conflict, harsh words, fighting words, not feeling justified, not feeling fulfilled. But the outcome is, if we can get out of our own mental prison, if we could walk out of our own mental prison, if we could say, oh, okay, this feels familiar, but not in a good way, then that's when you know. When it starts to feel familiar, not in a good way, that's when you know. It's time to go. If we all recognize when it's time to go, then guess what? I believe when all is said and done, I think we could all find something really sweet and beautiful and wonderful. I love this card. You know, it's like the person he's offering her the flowers in the cup. Emotions, growth, love, just something sweet. Don't we all deserve, after all of this, don't we all deserve something that's just normal? You know, people who want to play games, they want to rope you in, they want to hoover you in, and then they just want to bombard you with the same shit over and over and over again. Guys, no more, okay? Yes, I will pull a card for you. So just like meditate for a second. What is the message? Let's see. All right. What is the message? Well, you have the Ten of Swords upright. You know, this is betrayal. So you might be dealing with somebody who stabbed you in the back, somebody who said something, hi, how's it going? So you might be dealing with somebody who hurt you deeply, you know, stabbed you in the back, used your own words against you, or is just constantly causing you heartbreak. It's like drive the knives a little bit deeper, right? So if you're getting this energy, I say exit the scenario. If you're thinking about a job or coworkers or friends or family members, are they talking about me? Are they not talking about me? Yeah, they're talking about you, and they're probably using your own words against you, and you don't even know it. So now you know. Protect yourself. You know, back things up. The swords are like communication, mental communication, verbal communication. And this is probably weighing very heavily on your psyche. Because when you know things but you can't confirm them, we've all known people who were like snakes in the grass, like nice to your face and then just like undermine you behind your back. We've all been there. And you know what's even worse about people who do stuff like this is they're really good at fooling people. I had a scenario where I don't think so. I wouldn't say that. I would say people are probably talking badly about you. And you know what? If you feel like you are, then I would do like a little personal cleansing. There are plenty of ways to get that information. Three of Cups. Let's just celebrate this weekend. There's a lot of heavy energy, everybody. There's a lot of heavy energy. But when I end with these two cards, let's just break out of our mental prison. stop repeating that same old narrative. Because listen, if you go back to these people, you just constantly reinforce the negative karmic patterns that we all don't want to be in anymore. We all want love. We all want to protect somebody and to feel protected. We want to feel fulfilled. So let's go towards that. Let's not tell ourselves this weekend that we don't deserve those things that we really want. Let's stop telling ourselves that we don't deserve this. Maybe some of us had really horrible childhoods, and we never got love or affection or attention or honor or any of that when we were little. And sometimes we grow up into adults thinking that we don't deserve those things. But with the way the universe is going right now, we are literally here to break old paradigms in every single way. So when we're allowed to accept love, and it's very hard to accept love sometimes, the fact that I love crystals and tarot, it makes me feel like, will I ever find anybody who accepts me for me? I'm a very unique person. I'm very niche. I'm the nichest of the niche. Because even in my niches, I'm even more niche than that. So it's like, will I ever find a partner, male or female, who's going to accept me for all of me? I don't know. That definitely feels like a repeating pattern in my life. Will I always be alone? And I literally have so much love to give. So I don't know, but I do feel like that is a reinforced narrative from my past that is keeping me stuck from enjoying this. No more thinking of things that hold us back. Let's just try to celebrate. Today is my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, sister. Again. So for me, this is like my sister and my niece and me, because we're best friends. Connect so we can mitigate any feelings of disconnection. That's what I gotta say. Let's pull one card. Let's do the Lavish Earth card. Let's get what Lavish Earth, my beautiful, beautiful Lavish Earth. So interesting. All right, what are the messages for the lunar eclipse? Blue barite, loving care, self-care, nurture. Barite is delicate and precious and is a reminder to take such good care of yourself. Nurture, pamper, you're all you've got, so eat right, care for your spirit and physical body, and above all, find things in life that make you happy. When you do this, your life is transformed. That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're all going into this Friday, full moon, lunar eclipse, just feeling like we're not getting our needs met. And when that happens, we have to meet our own needs. So that means connecting with people, right? Connecting with people. Recognizing when people from our past try to come in to disrupt our future and really just for their own selfish gains. Not really to be in our lives in a productive way, but just to like get that emotional hit of like, oh yeah, I got them back again. But like, talk is cheap. So no more of that. Loving care, self-care, nurture. Okay? Blue barite. So you guys meditate. Meditate on this card. Meditate on blue barite, even if you don't have it. Look up a picture of it and just meditate on that. Because I really do honestly feel like we are under such an immense amount of pressure. We're being asked to focus, use our third eye. Be wise, Don't let people pull the wool over our eyes anymore. You know, people who, they know how to pull our heart at our heartstrings. So don't let that happen. So that's it, you guys. I really thank you all for joining me. I don't actually know. Let's see. Well, I don't think you guys could see that, but I could see it. But thank you so much for joining me for this tarot reading for our lunar eclipse. Just a lot going on. Take care of yourself. Today I worked out super hard because, like I said, I was like really emotional and really like had to cry hysterically as I worked out. Do I feel a little bit better? Yeah, I feel a little bit better. I think the things that made me sad are still gonna make me sad, but I have to realize that, you know, it's just a prison of illusion. And I gotta walk through, I gotta take the blindfold off, I gotta see the scenario for what it is, as we all do. And you gotta walk through it. You gotta walk through that pain of telling yourself the same negative story about yourself over and over and over and over and over again. I will find love. In a way. I don't know how exactly, but what I need to focus on personally is stop telling myself that because I'm a spiritual person, I'll never find my mate. Because I think that the right person will just accept me for who I am and love me for who I am. And, you know, just let me be the candles that I am. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think. Of course, you know, this eclipse is gonna last like 6 months. It's, these eclipses take a long time to really like play out. So let's just see over the next 6 months how, you know, how we've done about resisting going back into those old negative thought patterns, and like, are we reaching out to people who make us feel fulfilled and safe and celebratory, and, you know, like, that's what I want to know. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you next week for our weekly tarot. Okay, guys, bye.